Why hello everybody, welcome back to another Minecraft video on the oh wow, yeah, nice Ray, nice. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted, welcome guys to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be showing you how to make Dream's death swap in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. If you know Dream, he's a very famous Minecraft YouTuber. He's got over 10 million subscribers. You probably know of him. He's very entertaining. And we're going to be showing you one of his game modes that he likes to do with his friends that's immensely popular on his channel, and that is death swap. A few people have asked us on the channel before, how can I make a death swap minigame or something in Minecraft? We're going to show you right now how to do it. After a lot of building work, thanks to Rex and Scubs, we have finally made a nice little death swap for you guys. So we're going to show you how to build it right now. If this video does help you out, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with all your friends who may be interested. It took a lot of time to do this, guys, so if you could really drop a nice like, that would be really appreciated by us. But with that being said, thank you for watching this video, and let's get started. Alright, so before we get started showcasing what death swap is all about and how to do it, let's quickly give you an overview of what you're going to need to build, just so you guys can get an idea of how long it's going to take. So if we go ahead, turn around quickly, and take a look at the massive okay, it's not massive, but it took a long time to make. So here it is. This is the death swap creation. Now as you can see, it's got a couple command blocks, a lot of redstone, and a few fiddly bits that we're going to show you how to do. But what does death swap mean? Firstly, let's quickly show you. So the whole point of this game mode is really to swap people into different situations, and they have to try and survive. So every 5 minutes or so, people will teleport and swap positions with their friend, and then they could be in really bad situations where they may die, and they have to try and protect each other. For instance, let's say Scubs is standing above this lava, and 5 minutes is up, and then Scubs goes to where Rex was standing, and then Rex gets plopped into the lava where Scubs was sitting, and now Rex has to try and survive. And of course, you keep doing this until you manage to kill your friend, and whoever kills their friend wins the game mode. Of course, maybe Rex could have been standing on a really tall tower, and he jumps off. Then after 5 minutes, they swap, and then Scubs is falling down to his doom, and Rex is wherever Scubs was. So really, you're trying to outsmart your opponent and make them die. So it's, you know, the idea is simple, but how to actually do it is a little bit complicated. But that's why we're here, to show you this creation that we've made in the most easiest manner that we can. So let's get started on how to build the death swap. So we got two areas of this contraption right here. On the right, we have, under all the red wool is our timer, and under all the green wool is all the command blocks that you're going to have to deal with. So now with that, I think we should get started with command blocks. Alrighty, so let's go and look at all the command blocks, and then you guys are going to have to follow very carefully. Don't worry, we're going to try and take it slow. You're going to see it on screen, and we're also going to try and run you down through what you have to do. And just make sure you watch carefully, and you should be good, so don't worry about that. Let's start with the command blocks on the left. Now guys, just to make this all simpler, you don't have to worry about putting your own coordinates or everything. Everything in this video, you can just copy exactly. The coordinates just follow exactly what we do. You don't have to worry. The only things that you guys are going to need to change is obviously your names. So for us, it's MKR Cinema Rex, MKR Cinema Scooby, etc, etc. For you, it may be Mr. Steve Man 25 and Cool Gamer 46 or something like that. So obviously just put in your own names. But we're going to start off with this command block right here. So let's quickly take a look at it. So this is can only do in chat, not command block. So keep that in mind. You're going to have to do this one in your chat, not the command block. We just have it in the command block for simplicity. So right here is basically the command / tick in area, space add, space circle, squiggly things for, and swap. Now this is basically to ensure that the chunk that you're in always stays loaded, so you don't have to worry about needing to try and load it in again. This makes sure that your chunk that you are in, wherever you choose to build this contraption, is always loaded in. That is quite important, so make sure you get that one down correctly. Alright guys, so the next thing that you're going to have to do is you're actually going to have to make two armor stands with different names. I'm going to show you right now. So right here we have our armor stands. Now obviously you're going to need two, and you're also going to need two name tags. So get your two armor stands. Then what you're going to have to do is name one name tag swap 1, and then name the other one swap 2. Obviously you can do this in the anvil and just name your name tags. Then what you're going to do is name your armor statues with the name tag. So one armor statue will be called swap 2, and the other one will be called swap 1. This is vital. Don't skip this step. Make sure you have your two armor stats with swap 1, swap 2, and just place them anywhere in the chunk next to your command blocks. Alright guys, so what we're going to do next is we're going to make sure that the 2 armor stands have fire resistance. This is obviously important because you don't want your armor stands burned up and destroying the whole contraption. So right here we have another 2 command blocks. As you can see, one of them is normal and the other one is a chained one. So you can have the normal one facing upwards, make sure it's facing upwards, which you can do by just looking downwards and then jumping up and placing it, and the other one placing right. And what you're going to then do is take a look at the commands and copy exactly what we have here. This one is impulse. Here is the command that you guys are going to have to copy exactly. So it's /effect space @e name equals swap 1. So obviously this is for one of the armor statues. Then you're just going to say fire resistance 9999 1 true. So just copy that exactly. And then you can move upwards to the next one. This is a chained one. And this is basically the same thing, but you're going to do it for the second armor statue. So just copy exactly what you see there. Everything, guys, just copy exactly. Don't have to worry about doing your own things yet. So just copy that as you see it, and that will give fire resistance for your 2 armor statues. And then, of course, finally, you have to flick the lever. So make sure you have a lever, flick it up, so that makes sure that the fire resistance is on. Alright guys, so next we're doing the main phase of the command blocks. So just make sure you follow carefully. So this is what we have right here. So we're first going to deal with the command blocks, and we'll show you again how to place it off the redstone. So don't worry about that too much now. So let's go onto this left side of command blocks and work with them quickly. So go into this command block and copy the stuff exactly, except for the part that says name. So obviously this is where you're going to have to put your own name. Now make sure you put the armor statues right, so your swap 1 will go there, and then choose whichever player you want representing the swap 1 statue. So for instance, we're MKR Cinema Rex, we're MKR Cinema Scooby, so we're going to have our own names here. You put your own names here. Crucially, put what characters' names in your game you have. That was a bunch of jumper. Put the players' names that you intend to play with in the command block. Don't put ours, because obviously you're not playing with us. So right here, copy that exactly, then you can move on. So for instance, say if your friend was named Steve, you could change that part, leave the rest, and you would be good to go. But obviously we're not Steve, so we're going to change it back to our name. Now this is for one of the players. You're going to have to do exactly the same thing for your other player. So for instance, maybe it was Alex, or maybe it's MKR Cinema Scooby. So we're going to exit this command block. Okay, so if we go then to the right, this is exactly the same command block, except for another person. So for instance, this could be Alex. If you were playing with Steve and Alex, the other one would be for Steve, this one is for Alex, but the commands are the same. Obviously, you then use the other statue. So this is swap 2 for, say, MKR Cinema Scooby, or for instance, Alex, or whatever. You can just change the name to whoever you want. So those are 2 of the command blocks are the same, just obviously the statues will differ, and the players' names will differ. So that's not too complicated. Let's move on. Alright, so we're moving on to the next command blocks, and let's go into it. And this one is /teleport. Obviously, you'll put your name, and you'll put the statue that is associated with your player. So say if you want to always be associated with the statue 1, then just make sure you keep that in mind. So here we go, /teleport MKR Cinema Scooby @e, and then brackets name equals swap 1 brackets. So anyway, copy that, place it down, obviously put your own name and your statue, and you should be good to go. Obviously on the right, it's the same, except it's for the different player, so we'll quickly show you. Okay, so there you go, there's swap 2 statue, and obviously this one is for Rex, or for whoever other person you're playing with. Also, another thing, guys, that you may just want to note is if you look at our first command block that we dealt with, this one was MKR Cinema Rex. If you look upwards, it's going to be MKR Cinema Scooby. So basically, you swap the order, and that's the same for the other side. So for instance, at the back, it would have been Scooby. Then the next one would have been Rex. So just keep that in mind. It's not the same 2 players in the whole row. It's not one row dedicated to one player. It does swap, so just keep that in mind. I know it's confusing, but if you just watch what we're doing, it should be fine. So anyway, with that, we can move on to the next row of command blocks. Alright, and again, guys, for these command blocks, these are the last ones. And this one really just teleports your swap statues back on top of these command blocks. So it's kind of like a storage area to put your statues wherever, put your statues in places when they're not being used. So this one is just /teleport @e name equals swap 1. So you can leave that one for your first swap statue. Make sure you have the squigglies and that one over there. That is important. Don't leave that step out. So copy everything you see there. This can just actually be copied exactly, guys. You don't even have to listen to me talking. If you go to the right, then it's obviously for the other swap statue, and that's where it's going to be stored. So those 2 command blocks will store your statues. So sometimes while you're playing, you will see that your statues will teleport on top of them. That is perfectly fine. That is a part of it. So just copy what you see exactly. So just to quickly sum it up, as long as you use your corresponding correct names, so obviously using your own names and copied exactly what we did, you should be fine, and that is all you have to do with commands. So thankfully that is done, and now we can move on to the timer and the rest of the redstone. Alright guys, so the next we're dealing with is the timer. As you can see, and also just to take a little bit of interest, for interest's sake, take a look on the left. If we zoom in there, you will see that the armor statues are now have teleported above the blocks. This is because we turned the machine on, so just keep that in mind. Alright, so now we're going to show you how to make this timer. So follow these steps carefully, make sure you put the redstone in the right places. Alright guys, so what you're first going to need to do is you're going to need to make yourself a dispenser right here. You're going to fill it with a whole bunch of random blocks. We're using redstone just because, you know, why not? So make sure you fill it up. You can use dirt, whatever you want, just fill up that dropper. Then make sure you have a pressure plate in front of it and put a lever on the top as well. So then what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to enclose it up with blocks. You can use glass, like what we're doing, or you can put something else. This is actually to make sure that the block doesn't, the things that pop out of the dispenser don't get picked up. Just to clarify, for a little bit of troubleshooting, you're going to try and have to avoid going too close to this thing and picking up the stuff that it shoots onto the pressure plate, or otherwise it's going to kind of stuff up the timer. So make sure that you don't pick up the stuff that the thing pops out. That's why the glass is around it, to just try and protect the items that pop out of the dispenser. Otherwise, if you do pick it up, you're going to have to break it and you're going to have to place the thing back in. Now, underneath the pressure plate, so you're going to have one block. You're going to dig, obviously going to have to dig a hole, right? You're gonna leave one block, then open up a block like this. Then you're gonna place a piece of redstone dust right there, followed by a redstone torch right next to it. So just copy exactly what we did. Then you're gonna leave a block open or whatever. Then you put another redstone dust. Go upwards, leave another redstone dust. Upwards again like this. Just so follow exactly. Then you're gonna make a little path here. Make sure it goes upwards. And then you're going to get to these little this little junction right here. We're going to have 3 pieces of redstone that are going to connect onto your command blocks just like this. So we're going to have a repeater right here. So we're going to have a repeater there and a repeater there. So the repeaters are at default, guys. So you don't press them at all. You just place them. Then you can move on. So now, guys, the next set of repeaters, you're going to have to place just like this. And you're going to have to tap them twice each. So 1, 2, and then 1, 2. So tap them each twice. And then you can move on again. And then once again, right here at the end, you're going to have another 2 default ones. So you're just going to place a repeater there and there, but you're not going to tap on them, just leave them as default. Now we're back at the junction, guys, where we started. Now you're going to see there's another repeater. This is also default, guys. And it's going to have a piece of redstone dust, and it's going to connect to a final repeater that is also default, so you're not going to tap it at all. And that connects to the dispenser. So then, guys, what you need to do, right, is if your thing is not already shooting out, like this is basically how you start it. So like it's how you start the timer. So if your dispenser is not already shooting out blocks, what you're going to do is break the repeater behind it, and then you're going to place it back just like this, and then it'll start shooting out stuff. But for instance, if it was not shooting out, you just have to make sure that you break it and place it again, and that'll cause it to shoot. So as you can see here, we have our piece of block. It's floating. This actually means that the timer is now working. So now this actually, the timer works by the fact that the item that it shoots out stays for around 5 minutes before it despawns. Once it despawns, it activates the whole machine, and that causes the teleportation. That's why it's important not to pick up the block, because if you pick it up, it's going to cause the swap to happen, and then it's going to stuff up your timer, and you're going to have to put another block there. So that's why you do not want to pick up that block. And yeah, that's basically how it works. So once that item does despawn, the swap is going to happen, and then obviously that's how you play your game mode with peeps. Recommended probably build something around this so animals or creepers don't destroy it, because it does take a little bit of work, and also make sure that both players know that they must try and avoid picking up the item that gets shot out of the dispenser. Another thing you should note is that the lever on top of the dispenser is not really needed, guys. To be honest, you don't even need to put it there. Just break in the repeater and placing it back, or turn it on, so you don't have to worry about that too. And also this button right here, guys, it's also not really needed. It's just for a test, so you don't even have to worry about that. Really, all that you need to worry about is just breaking the repeater and placing it back, and that'll turn your thing on nicely. So the lever and the button, if you really want to, just scrap it. It doesn't make much of a difference. They're just really for testing, to make sure your whole device works. The button obviously for the commands, and then the lever for the timer. That is it, guys, though. That is a long video. We're sorry about that, but that is how you can make the def swap. We're quickly just going to fly over it all once again, just so you quickly get a rundown of what you need to build if you just want to copy it exactly. So we're just going to quickly fly over it so you're getting a 360 view of it while I wrap up this video. But anyway, guys, if this video did help you out, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with all your friends who may be interested. And once again, it took a lot of work for Rex and Scubs to build this, so a like would be greatly appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you want to help us out and support us. You know, our ultimate goal is to reach 100,000 subscribers, and that can only be reached with the help of all you guys. We love you all so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. I talked a lot. I also probably said some things that are confusing, but ultimately, if you have any questions, just comment down below and we'll try our best to help you. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see y'all next time. Enjoy playing Dreams Death Swap. With that, goodbye, everybody.